Hi, I'm Kaylee.
Hi, I'm Michaela, and this is our mentor, Kelly Lombardi.
Hello.
Kelly, how did you first get involved with Giant Steps, and what have you gained from the organization?
I first volunteered with Giant Steps, and I thought, oh, it'll just be something to do. But I ended up really connecting with the people who are our clients and with the other volunteers and the horses, of course. And that's how I started.
What are your responsibilities as a Giant Steps employee?
My responsibilities are to uphold our mission, and we can read our mission if you'd like later, and also to make sure that our volunteers are all trained properly, and I interview everybody, make sure that what fit will be right for them here, and that's pretty much it. And tracking, scheduling, so that we have enough volunteers for our classes, because we really rely on volunteers.
And how does working at Giant Steps compare to other jobs you've had in the past?
It's really not like any job I've ever had in the past. It is never the same each day, each hour. It's always different. And I meet lots more people than I've ever met. Also, who gets to look out their window and see horses running around and have to go out and help somebody learn how to ride a horse for an hour and then come back in and do spreadsheets and office work. So you just never, it's not dull.
Yeah.
Cool. What is your history with equestrian activity as well as therapeutic methods?
Equestrian activity, I had a horse in high school. I graduated from Petaluma High School long ago, and my horse was a cutting horse, a quarter horse, and she did cutting. And I just rode her English style because that's the way that I had been taught, but I also rode her Western. And then I went away to college and had a career, and then came back into this. I have always taken lessons, and always hoped that I would be able to come back to horses at some point, and so here, it just turned out that way.
How would you describe the overall atmosphere of the Giant Steps organization and the employees, and why?
The overall atmosphere is very warm and accepting and happy. The employees are here because we want to be here. Our volunteers want to be here too, but we just try to make it continue to feel that way for everybody. And what was the other?
And why?
And why? Oh, well, because we want people to feel that this is a safe place to come so that they can work on the things that might be holding them back and they can learn to grow. And that includes volunteers as well as our clients.
Yeah.
What challenges does the staff encounter when new riders join the program?
Challenges? That's a good question. The new rider it's not really a challenge, I would say. It's that we have a protocol, and the protocol is always safety, and so we check that the person will be appropriate for the class that they're going to be put into. We check, then we have to find out that we have a teacher that would be appropriate for that class, and we find one that does. All of our teachers are great at anything, and that we have the right volunteers to help in that class. And so those are the challenges. And then we try to figure out that the tack is going to fit the person. How are we going to communicate with the person? Perhaps they are nonverbal. So those are some of the things.
What do you think about the students' interactions with the horses, and do their attitudes towards interaction demonstrate how the horses impact their different journeys?
Oh, hugely, yes. Everybody, of course, likes to know that something is going to be the same each week, that there's consistency. Sometimes they will even grow out of a horse. They'll have to go on to another horse, and we have to talk them into that a little bit, because, as you know, if it's something different, it might be a little scary at first, and the other horse will feel different. And they're used to that. The horses that we have are so sensitive to what the person is going through who is on their back. They are very sensitive to it. They're sensitive also to our volunteers as well. So they are picking up information, and that they're actually sharing it with the rider, even though, you know, it's not verbal or anything, but they're sharing that information with the rider. So there's a very strong relationship with the rider and the horse.
What aspects of therapeutic equestrian activity do you believe to be the most beneficial to the students at Giant Steps?
I would say that the most beneficial, the movement of the horse, the consistent weekly lesson, and the movement of the horse is very beneficial, because they are learning to balance, and they are passively receiving the motion of the horse going up, traveling up their spine. So that's actually helping them learn. It's helping open up their neural pathways in their brain, and helping them to learn. And so that movement of the horse, sometimes you think, oh, this is a quiet class, but they're moving.
Yeah.
So it's important.
Our last question is, can you tell us about a memorable moment or a significant achievement in a student's life that occurred while at Giant Steps?
Oh, there's a lot of them, yes. One of them is the little girl that I know we've mentioned her before. She was nonverbal when she came here. She was 4 years old, 4 or 5, and she couldn't speak. She would just scream, and when you walked up to her, she wouldn't wear a helmet. After working with her for about 4 months, she was riding a horse, so that meant she was able to have a helmet on her. She, accepted that. She was riding a horse, and at one point she started trying to make sounds out of her mouth, and we thought, other than screaming. And we thought, that's pretty cool, so let's see what she's trying to tell us. And pretty soon we said, well, if you can tell us what you're trying to say in 2 words, then we'll figure out what you want. She said one day, she said, brown horse, only it wasn't that clear. After that, we put her on the brown horse. That moment, we said, go tack up the brown horse. She continues to ride here. She speaks now. That was the first time she ever spoke in her whole life. And she speaks now, and she speaks in classes. She has a leader at the beginning and at the end of the class, but in the middle part, she guides her own horse. It's really impressive. She's learned to talk.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And have cognitive, the ability to think something through.
Well, thank you for interviewing. We really enjoy volunteering at Giant Steps.
I appreciate both of you very, very much, and I'm so happy that you're both here too.
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Bye.